Everyone,
Hi.
to our YouTube channel. Welcome to our first episode. So we don't know how far we're going to go with this, but we will allow the Lord to lead us. So yes, my name is Kanyisa and this is
Zane.
Okay, so welcome to our first topic, which is leaping into who God has called you to be. And it's something that I know I've struggled with a lot. And I'm definitely sure that my friend over right here, we've gone through the journey of especially being creatives and in a Christian setting or Christian religion. It's seen as something that opposes who God has called you to be, because how can you be like being so bold and being different and doing things differently than what God has said or what religion has said you should do it. Like for me, for instance, like even having dreads at my church would have been a big deal, because that is considered to be like a Rastafarian thing, where it's like, oh, now you have a Dacha spirit, or you have the Rasta spirit. You now have the Rasta spirit. You're calling upon weird spirits when you have like dreadlocks, or you have a hairstyle that isn't your own natural hair, or just cutting off your hair completely, which is weird. So just also those things.
Yes. And to touch on that, even the way you dress, it's like, why are you wearing sneakers? You know? Like, I remember like growing up, there's certain churches where it's like, I can't rock up with sneakers.
You can't rock up with pants.
But it's yes, and that also, and no shade against anybody. But I firmly believe in you come as you are. You know, God loves us how we are. And I think sometimes as Christians, it's like, oh, you know what? Let's be real. I'm finding myself in a season where it's not easy, you know, and it's constantly like, this is my perception. As a Christian, you might just be like, no, man, I got this. God is going to get me through it. I get it. It's important. But it's also important to feel that emotions, to also acknowledge that I'm not in a great space right now. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay not to be like, hi. It's okay to be like, yeah.
Yeah, when someone's asking you, oh, so how are you? I am blessed. I'm highly favored. That,
yeah.
Like, yeah. Then it's like being fake to a certain degree. Yes, you can say, you can believe all of those things and say it. However, how is God going to minister to you? Or someone comes to you and they have a word for you. Yes. And you're like, no, I am blessed. I'm well. I'm highly favored. And this person has a word for you where the Lord is like, fear not. I have you. Now the person is going to start questioning, like, okay, am I really hearing the Lord? Because when I see you, when I'm with you, all I'm hearing is like, surrender to me. Do not fear. I'm with you. But you coming here and you're like, oh my word, I'm highly favored. I am blessed. But it's not even your real true feelings, because whatever situation you go in that season, it is actually very daunting and stressful. And what you are actually really walking in is stress and highly being defeated in that season. But you are pretending it's not a real thing. You're not really even walking in that I'm highly favored and I'm blessed. Unless you are truly walking in that with your fullness, then you can say that. But when you know you're still extremely leaping and you still need a lot of things, you actually require yourself to be vulnerable when it comes to being real, being authentic, being like, this is what I'm struggling with, and we get it.
And I think it's also not just that. It's like you're showing that element of realness. People are able to relate, and especially people that aren't saved, people that don't know Jesus, they're able to relate and be like, yo, bro, I get you. You know, it's like, yes.
So you can be vulnerable. The other person can also be vulnerable with you, because they feel like it's not an act. It's not a facade that you're pulling. You are living in the walk with God.
Exactly.
As a real human being. Yes. You're not living as like this righteous human. Only Jesus did that. Yes. Most of us, we are struggling.
It's not easy. It is not easy. But for me personally, I just think that, you know, stepping into who God has called you to be, it's extremely hard. It's not easy, but I always say, people always like, why are you always so dressed up? Why are you always so that is just me. It's part of who God has created me to be. And when I do dress up, I hope it inspires the next person that maybe doesn't have the courage to dress up or have that type of boldness in color, in the way they dress, or all the accessories that I put on. And I know Kanye is also very dramatic in a dress sense. That's how we're friends. Okay? No, I'm kidding.
I'm not that dramatic,
but yeah, you know, just to encourage the next person as well. Like, you need to come as you are. Like, you can't pretend to be somebody that you're not. You can't. Yes, you can look up to people and be like, okay, one day I would like to be like this person, but do not become that person in the sense of morph into that person, that you lose your own identity of who God has created you to be, because there's only one you. There's literally only one you on this planet Earth, and there are billions of people, if not more. Is it billions?
At this point, I don't know. I actually really have no idea.
Yes, you are like born to stand out, so don't dim your light. So if you ever feel like you need to like dim your light and like who you are or who God has created you to be, then don't do it. Don't do it.
Also, touching on that, it's also like, it is a ministry on its own.
Exactly.
When you are being your authentic self, like when you dressed up like that, it shows how unique you are. It shows how much God has put in you, because that is also a ministry, because people see you dressed up that well and they're like attracted to you, and they go up to you and they're like, oh, I like whatever you have on. And it's like your opportunity to say, that's a conversation started. Now you start talking, and then now you start talking about life, and then it leads to why you feel so confident to dress up like that. And the person actually finds out, hey, I actually lean onto God's understanding. So I'm walking in my purpose with God. I'm walking in my authenticity with God. And that's why I feel bold enough to be this version of myself, to be someone who dresses up, if it's that's dressing up, to be someone who goes out and like have conversations or starts conversations with people, because you understand the authority and the boldness God has given you in a situation where you feel like other people are more shy, or they shielded into actually doing those things because they still want to be seen as the norm and perfect religious person, rather than just being someone who actually walks boldly on who God has called them to be in a stage and in a place where it actually isn't a norm. Like, some people are great dancers. They're fantastic. But because they are Christians, they're like, no, I can't do these dance moves. I can't be doing all these things. But God needs us in these spaces. God needs us in each and every corner He can get us into. And those talents definitely do not come from us, but they do come from God. So embracing those talents, even how big or small they are, they really are impactful to the kingdom of God.
That is true. Because you have no idea who you might reach or like, touch when you step into those talents. And when you actually, I think this alone, us sitting here and talking about this particular topic is already such a big thing.
True that.
Hey, because we've been like, oh my word, God's been putting this on our hearts that, we need to speak more, we need to, and it's like, it's just a matter of obedience. Trusting God. It's the same like any other gift, stepping into those gifts, stepping into, like Kanye said, with the dancing, going ahead with it. There's a reason God has placed it on your heart for you to go.
Yes.
And sometimes we forget it's the same with ministry. It's the same with every topic that we are touching on right now, is where you basically just have to step out.
True.
You have to trust God. You have to step out. You have to trust that He's going to guide you.
Yeah.
It just takes that level of trust and faith and moving. Because God can't move if we don't move.
That's so true. That is so true.
Yeah.
So when people ask you like, why we don't see God, is because not enough Christians are moving. A lot of them have been given gifts and they've been given words and been given talents to move, but not enough of them are moving. So that's why there's so much troubles. And there's so much, crime and all these disasters happening. It's because we are not moving.
Yes.
When we are being told to move, we're not saying the things we are told to say. We're not doing the things we are told to do that God has entrusted us to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why we're like, leaping into God has called you to be. It's a vital thing we need to be doing as Christians. And actually, the only way you can actually even leap is knowing who God is.
Exactly.
You can't be looking into something that you don't know who he is. And the fundamental part of it is that getting to know God for yourself. Very important. There's one thing we have learned is like, find God for yourself. Do not lean on other people's understanding of who God is.
Yep.
Yes, you can be inspired. Yes, you can take things here and there. But the most important thing is you find out who God is for you. You read your word, you worship, you go into prayer. You get to have an intimate relationship with God.
Yes.
So that when someone tells you who you are through God, God has to affirm something he has already told you.
Yes.
Not have someone else that now tell you are this version of a person, but God has not affirmed it. God will never say something to another person or prophet or whatever about you when he hasn't confirmed it with you first. You will always hear it from him, and then the other person comes as a form of a confirmation.
Yeah. Important to like spend time in the word. And you know, like I think both of us have been through a journey where we've been at different churches, and you get words from people. You get a word like, you know, I hear God saying this and that. And like I think when we were walking in our journey with Christ, and we were still like, we were babies in the spiritual realm, so we would just believe everything that everybody is saying. And to out it, okay. But I also feel like God has taken us on a journey. We've learned so much in the sense where we test the spirit, because it's so important. Don't just take whatever anybody is saying. If that person is saying, for example, oh, you know, God is showing me, let's say, for example, you are going to blow up in the creative industry, right?
Yeah.
But you have no desire to even be in that industry. So I would say test, especially in the end times that we are living. We are living in times where, you can't trust in like just anything that everybody is saying. So you'll pray about it. You ask God to confirm. You'll also spend time in the word, because the more time you spend in the word, the closer you get to God, the closer and the deeper and more intimate you become with God. So more and more you get to know him through his word. And you'll just know that discernment, guys. It's like, hey, I'll go to God, you'll be like, I got this word. Now this person told me so and so. But I don't trust it. We're gonna wait.
You wait to see the fruits of it. You wait to wait up.
Yes.
You wait to see where it goes from. Like people just say, sometimes people say things to make you feel good.
Yes.
And it's not what God is saying. So
exactly.
It's really very important for you to establish that relationship. And the closer you are to God, the more you know his voice. You will know that he wouldn't just make a random thing.
Yes.
So absurd. Yet someone says, oh yeah, you need to sow a seed of 2,000 rand. And you're like, what do you mean?
God didn't tell me anything.
Like, how did he skip a whole 2 grand from me? You know, so you would get to hear those things. And sometimes people say, sow a seed of 500 rand, and God had laid it in your heart to give away 500 rand. Maybe in that time you weren't sure where, but you know you're supposed to be giving 500 rand somewhere. So that's how you find that, okay, this is true, this is not. But that really requires you to spend time with God.
Yes. And it's also like, what comes to mind is seek first the kingdom of God. You know, seek him first. Spend time in the word. Pray, surround yourself with, you know, people that you can lean on, because it's also very important when it comes to discernment of churches, which is also a topic for another day. Long one.
It's a whole season. It's a whole season. It's a whole
so that's it. Like
that's what I have.
And me.
On my end,
be who God has created you to be. Don't shy away from it. Trust in God. Trust him to guide you. Lean on God instead of men. And show up and show out. If you want to wear that outfit and you're wearing orange on orange, wear it. Don't let people tell you otherwise. Yes.
We need you to be you. That's
exactly.
We need you to be you.
Yes.
Let's not all be the same.
No. But thank you.
Thank you for coming to tune in. So it is bye from our side.
Bye.